I used to suffer from sleepless nights, and it made me to, when people go to sleep, I envied them because I knew if I'd close my eyes, what would happen next. So in order to try to avoid that, I would just take my school books and try to, study, and it never helped because eventually I would fall asleep and the same things would happen over and over again. I used to have bad dreams, and I remember I used to explain it to my parents, and it seemed as if I was making up stories, but they were not stories. So it left me hurt because I was going through a lot of pain, and I thought they would understand, until at one point where I woke up bruised on my face and my face swollen, and that's when they saw that I needed help. The whole family, we used to go from one place to the other in search of help, but we never really got that help to the point that we just stopped going anywhere and tried to solve the issue by ourselves, but it never helped. Until a point where now my mother got an invitation to the spiritual treatment. She attended first, and then she told me, I think you should go, it will really help. So because I knew how much the suffering I was in was causing a lot of destruction and pain in my life, I jumped in, I went. And on the first time I went there, it was the treatment of healing. And by the end of the service, the pastor shared something that I related to. He shared his story was more similar to my story. And he gave us a verse, which was Psalms 91, to go read it before we go to sleep, and should not allow fear to rule our lives, because the devil works with fear. So I decided to do exactly that. And I don't know what time I slept. Usually I see everybody going to sleep and they find me awake. But on that night, they said I slept first and I was the last one to wake up. And ever since then, I've been sleeping peacefully. So coming more often to the church, I learned a lot of things, and after I became free, I just had the desire to come even more to the church and learn about the things of God even more. And I attended my Wednesdays because it was Bible study, and I started having more interest in the Holy Spirit. We were advised to seek the Spirit of God. I understood what seeking the Holy Spirit was. So I did it more often at home. I didn't want to wait for anything else because I had developed this excitement or this interest more. And I received the Holy Spirit at home. And afterwards, I just had this desire to save many other souls and to be able to help other people that went through the same thing that I've been through. And ever since then, I never had fear of the future because I know that God is with me always, and my future is in His hands. And also, everything changed. The same case that I saw in my family of women having children before they getting married, and the drama that they had in their lives. I didn't get that. God taught me that it's Him first, and then second is my love life. And I got blessed with a true man of God in the house of God, and I'm happily married. And afterwards, the case of people not getting married in my family, I believe it broke because my cousins started getting married. Even my dad started getting married. Everyone got married afterwards. So I would not have received the help that I had received, moving from one place to the other, seeking help. And I finally found my help because the doors of the church were open for me.